Okay, Shalom Israel. Hope everybody's doing well today. Shout out Cabo Cabo's congregation in Guatemala. The brothers and sisters he's teaching out in Cali and Georgia. Hope y'all doing well today. Shout out Kazakia, SOW Virginia, Quadzap SOW Houston, and Zion SOW Rochester. Hope y'all brothers and sisters are doing well out there in the camps and the schools, getting this word out and making those difficult, selfless decisions day in and day out. Today we're gonna hopefully we'll continue and finish off on our topic about correction / development done the right way, and we're gonna continue to deal on how to properly develop and build our people. Last week we focused heavily on not upbraiding, not tearing people down, not thinking that teaching is about just reminding you 1,000 times how screwed up you are. Because I think as Israelites, we've gone over. We're almost in the fall, and we literally have gone from late May to now, going into that malignant root that Israel has, and heavily going into how Israel has negative tendencies to tear down and destroy, and call it counsel, to tear down and destroy, and call it I'm teaching and doing the work. And today we're going to try to, cap off this entire topic to try to help us properly paint the picture of how we should look at one another, how we should teach one another, how we should uplift one another.
And and the whole purpose of this concept is to get a better outcome.
Yes.
With your student, brother, wife.
Yep. The people you work
whoever
with,
you teach,
your children.
There should be a better outcome.
Because in this topic, we're still dealing with the fact that correction has to be done.
Yeah.
People have to be told that they have to be better. But in the midst of us correcting and redirecting our people, how can we do that and still build them up?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we feel and believe that we can correct and destroy and say that we're developing a person's spirit.
But
and there's not a lot of picking up, there is not a lot of development and strengthening in the midst of the teardown.
But it's because the message is potent and strong, but the negative aspect of the message is our own personal will, emotion, or ego that gets injected or muddled or mixed with the message. That makes the message cloudy for the spirit to receive the correction or check properly and take the lesson. The lesson's there, but it's mixed with the ego of the counselor or the I'm offended, and you have to feel how I feel. I want you to feel that I'm upset.
Yes.
I want you to feel this.
And that's where we have to.
But the message gets diluted because we're putting us in the message.
Yes.
And that's just a natural thing, but it has to be corrected.
It's a naturally carnal thing. It's a natural thing, and that's what a lot of young counselors and teachers do. But this class is more of a leadership class. This class is more directed to help get our people to be inspired to do these good works at a more efficient level, at a more efficient way of doing things. Okay? So let's go to the first verse. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1 reads.
Let's read that, sir.
Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1 reads, Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Yahushua.
All Paul is telling us is that if we want to understand how to more effectively please Christ, the best way, at least at that time, would be to trace or follow Paul's steps, Paul's detailed steps. And I think it was very important that Paul, after repenting, established a approach or established a standard in Christ that people can pattern and mimic. Because a lot of times when people see Christ's actions, the idea is that nobody can pattern Christ's behavior. Christ was too perfect. I can't follow and be perfect as Christ is perfect. So what the Most High does for us, he gave us another example that attained a level of perfection.
That's relatable.
After sinning,
Yeah.
and after being anti the Christ movement. So what Paul is saying is, follow my examples now, after I've been retaught, and follow these examples, so you can sit back here and learn how Christ operates too. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into 1 Corinthians, or 2 Corinthians now. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1, to just get a better understanding of what Paul is talking about, or more of a grasp of the message Paul was trying to instill for us to follow.
And
11 and 1.
this is not a Christian. People get confused with the New Testament because when they were introduced to the New Testament, they were introduced to the New Testament in church.
Mm-hmm.
But we're approaching this. Okay, yeah, the water.
The water, McCall, appreciated that.
Yeah, we needed that. We try to do better.
We try to be crispy, because I'm telling you, listen, when we first started teaching, the class was a dungeon. When we first started teaching that, it was like we was Osama bin Laden knocking the caves teaching Bible classes out.
Yeah.
You remember when it first started out?
It was dark.
Everything was dark, and it was like, damn, it was like we had generators going on having class. That's how it looked. There were generator-based classes.
Yeah.
That's how it used to look, no doubt. I remember when we first started, we couldn't get past that hazy darkness, or it was like a orange color in the background. Then it was dark spots. I'm like, this is bad. I'm like, y'all better love Christ, because there's nothing visually appealing at all. You better love God's word.
Yeah.
Either way, that's even still to this point. But anyway, so let's continue on the topic. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I forgot. But the point, I guess the point was.
I got it. I owned it. I didn't want to cut you off. Even though I did. I didn't want to, but I did it.
I know this. Paul's relatable to the comment. Oh yeah, church, because we were introduced to the scriptures from a Christian perspective, but the Bible's a Hebrew book.
Yeah.
And we had to take this book from out of thought, from beginning to end, from a Hebrew perspective.
And just don't forget this, just for your Christian history buffs. The first Christians were Jews.
Yep.
Let's not ever forget that. And the first Christians were Jews that lived in the same neighborhoods that the Jews that just followed the Torah lived. Don't forget, that was the grassroots movement of quote-unquote Christianity. It was just Jews that had a grasp that the Most High was directing us and evolving our understanding from Genesis until Christ. That's all it was. It wasn't anything deeper than that.
So when you're reading this,
but I don't want to make it too much about that, because we'll have many classes that deal with that eventually. When we get to the New Testament side of our Sabbath classes. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1 and 2. The reason we're going to go to 1 Corinthians 2 Corinthians 10, verse 1 and 2 is because 2 Corinthians 10 and 1 explains to the reader what Christ meant, or examples of how we're supposed to follow his example and how it connects to Christ. Because that's what we're tapping into right now. Shalom once again, everybody. How y'all doing today? Let's get this verse 1. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1.
Now I, Paul, myself, beseech you by the meekness and gentleness of Yahweh Shai.
So he says, he is trying to explain that he is teaching, that he is trying to teach and relay a message to us by the meekness and gentleness of Christ, because he's trying to get us to see that is the proper way to convey a message, to try to teach, to try to instruct, is in the spirit of meekness and gentleness. Now, I'm going to explain real quick. We're going to go into the next verse, or the next line. Read on.
It says, who in presence and face among you.
He says, when I'm looking at you face to face, looking at you dead red in the eyes, that means after a long day at work, and my feet are hurting, and I'm tired, and my child is tripping, there's a way you're supposed to respond to that child, regardless of how you feel. When you get at home, and you've been counseling and stressed out all day long, and your rib is tripping, or she's not acting the way you want her to act, or if you're tired as hell in the morning and it's 5 o'clock, and the roosters aren't even roosting yet.
Yeah.
The roosters aren't roostering. And you have to sit back here and deal with problems with grown men who haven't had snacks yet.
Yeah.
And aren't treating you with the respect that you expect you should have. He said we're supposed to, in brother's presence, in sister's presence, in our child's presence, operate base among you. We're going to go on to the definition of base. Kariah. I'm sorry. So you see the hands? The hands messed up.
Do you get the recall?
I'm going to go there.
Yeah, the camera.
Nope.
This camera's awesome.
No, it's okay. It's
It's so
pushing the
crispy,
side thing. That's it.
but it plays this little.
And I was going to say about Carl, this is the problem with the... No, don't. They're going to focus on you. There it goes.
There we go.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Listen, it's crispy, but it moves. If you have quick movements, it's us disrespecting you. Huh?
Yeah.
So I have to talk to the computer in a base spirit. Instead of cussing at the damn computer. Because I want to cuss at the computer because it's not responding the way I want it to be.
So the Sabbath is crazy.
Yes. But we're learning. And it's forcing us to have like sports center hands, reporters' hands out.
Yeah.
You know, when we were reporters on TV act,
Yeah.
and you're talking, they can't move at all out. They have to be like so cool and so composed. Listen, we'll get it. They're going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop it from moving.
Here you go. You see how I did it? I just slide to the middle, then I catch it. And it didn't work.
You got to stop it from moving first.
It is pretty awesome.
Okay.
It's a hell of a
There we go.
camera.
Everybody don't move.
Yeah.
Stop moving. Stop making loud noises and moving abruptly. Okay. So, let's get to the definition of base, Kariah.
Base, 1828, Webster Dictionary. Point number 1. It says, low in place. Point number 2. Mean, vile, worthless. That is, low in value or estimation.
Now, I got a better one where it says base is lowly and humble in spirit.
That makes
Very simple. To be base is to be lowly and humble in spirit. So when the Most High is saying, or when Christ is saying, and Paul is mimicking what Christ is saying, he said, when I'm around you, when I'm dealing with our brothers and sisters face to face, you have to be base in your presence of your brother. So that means you have to be lowly,
very humble.
lowly and humble in spirit.
Right.
But I need to go and get the definition of lowly, because lowly brings even that much more clarity to the scenario.
Right.
So lowly, and listen, the one I got says lowly is meek and free from ego and pride.
Right.
So it says when we're facing brothers face to face, if we're going to be in the spirit of Christ and be in the spirit of meekness and gentleness, and in presence being base amongst your brothers, that means I have to be free from ego when I'm trying to correct the people around me. How many of us correct and check and chastise without ego? I'll wait. Because more times than not, you're not correct.
Oh yeah, of course.
More times than not, we're correcting all the time with ego. You know why? When a person isn't respecting you, how much of it is it, I'm just going to teach this person and show them in the Bible where they're off? or is it mixed with anger and pride that this person is challenging me?
When you said something 1,000 times, it kind of.
How many times when we correct, it's a significant goulash or mix of I'm tired of this person disrespecting me and constantly challenging my authority. So now I got to raise up even higher because this person isn't respecting me the way I deserve to be respected. That is what you call ego. Now you've gotten in the way. Now your emotion has gotten in the way. Now your emotions, your ego, and your pride has now affected the message Christ is trying to get us to deliver to our students. But Paul is like, when I am dealing with you face to face, you have to make sure you remove all of your ego and disconnect how you feel and how another person makes you feel in order for the message to be properly intimated. You can't be about you. And you can't respond based off how people's disrespect makes you feel. This is why our voice has all these different inflections. This is why we snap. This is why we sit back here and we're short with people. And we snap with people. Because now our ego is mixed in with a message that's supposed to be pure. So once again, does that mean you're not supposed to correct?
No.
You're supposed to correct. We have an obligation to tell Israel that they're wrong. That's what teaching is all about. Correction, teaching, correction, development. But I have to learn, we all have to learn how to correct and teach and chastise and remove our ego from the entire message. That is the spirit of Christ that Paul was explaining to us we had to follow. Because this is what Christ did his entire time walking the earth. He taught, he corrected, he developed without ego and pride involved. Yes, sis?
Basically, when talking about emotions,
Yep.
even though like they're not respecting anything that we're saying.
Yep. Because what it is when you're controlling your emotions, and what are you doing? I have to correct because they're wrong, not because I'm pissed off. You have to correct a person because they're out of pocket with Christ. Not because, see, I saw her roll her eyes on me. You see that? Oh, she rolled her eyes on me.
Yeah.
I put food on the
That's
table.
all I done did for you?
Oh, listen, I put clothes on your back. Remember that old Bill Cosby? I put you in this world. I'll take you out. Like, damn. We're pulling Bill Cosby bars out here, right? But that's that ego and pride that is mixed in when we're trying to correct, whether it's with children, whether it's with brothers. I let you in my house to stay. How dare you disrespect me?
Yeah, that's a real one.
You see that one?
That's a real one, though.
Listen, I let you. All of them are real.
I let you in my house. You act like this.
You ate food at my table. I was a brother to you. How dare you disrespect me?
Yeah.
Right?
I've been extending myself.
I've been a brother to you.
I've been done this.
I've been counseled you. I've been helped you on here. I helped you with this. I helped you with this. How dare you not lock
It's
in?
almost
so now I'm going to sit back here and raise up, and I'm going to upbraid.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to sit back here and keep throwing back all the mistakes you made.
Yeah.
The question is this: why am I bringing up all the mistakes you did?
Because it's the pattern.
But it's the pattern. I'm bringing up a pattern because I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
There is a difference in bringing out a person's pattern when it's just about delivering the message versus bringing up all your flaws because I'm just pissed off.
It becomes. It goes from being a teacher of the word to being human and natural.
And we're supposed to be when it comes
and that's what happens.
and when it's about us being face to face with our people,
Yeah.
you have to fight to be base.
Yeah.
That means the person with leverage in adulthood, and I'm the parent and you're the kid.
Yeah.
Leverage with the rank, leverage as the husband. The person with the leverage has to be base. Paul was the head teacher of all the churches in Corinth and all of Europe. He was the head guy. And the head guy has to operate base and lowly and has to operate without ego if the message he's going to convey is going to be blameless and pure. And you know what the crazy thing is? People can front all they want. Well, I did it. It was pure. You know, the Most High knows what's inside it.
Most High knows what's up. And you know what's up too. You stop
Because,
lying.
well, that's the problem. The Most High said Israel's lying children.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to be honest when we're engaging people. Was this pure or was this emotion based? Was I offended?
Yeah.
You pissed me off, so I'm going to say these words back. That's the problem with our people. That's how you know they're not truly mature enough to lead. Or truly mature enough to be in a position that requires correction and teaching and development. You can tell a person can't counsel because they're too emotional. They react too emotional. This is why it's almost like guys that do this can't get moved up. Just for our camp, don't ask for promotions if you can't control your emotions and counsel your people.
Because you know what goes to?
Because you know what all you're going to do is taint the word of the Most High. It ain't about us. You ain't making me look bad. You're making yourself look bad.
It turns into hate.
But wait, let me we're tainting the word of the Most High. Because whenever you flip out on a younger brother or a sister or your children, they're saying, you are a reflection of God's word? Why should I follow you? Look how you talk to me. Look how you're disrespectful to me. And I got to sit back here and buy this crock of crap and tell myself this is God's word going through this person? You know how many times you talk to children and they say, oh, man, listen, my dad and mom are talking about the Most High, but look how they roll.
Yeah, all the time.
Why do I have to serve the Most High when they don't even carry themselves with the level of self-respect and restraint that a godly person would do? So whether it's parents and children, or brothers say the same thing. I'm not going to follow this guy if I see inconsistency and pride in them. I'm not going to do it. So this is why it's so important when you're dealing with your people day to day, right in front of each other, you have to be the one that's lowly, meek, and free from pride and ego. Let's continue. Get chapter 10, verse 1 again from the top.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1.
Matter of fact, I'm sorry, before we go there, Salakia, go to...
There you go. Just
Go to Psalms 22. You know, it's my head. You know what it is? It's my head. My head was looking too long over there. So, like, you know, you going to look weird?
I'm going to look too.
I'm going to look too.
What's over there?
Well, what's that? That's what you've been saying. What's over there? Why does he keep looking over there? Something important. What is Daliah wearing? What is he doing? Is he drinking? The world has to know. So, let's go to Psalms 22 and 28. Don't forget, this is talking about the definition of lowly. Lowly is meek, free from pride and ego. We focus on the free from pride and ego part in regards to counseling.
Yeah.
Also, let's get to Psalms 22, verse 28, so we can have a better understanding of the meekness part.
Psalm chapter 22, verse 28.
Read that.
For the kingdom is the Most High's.
Oh, no. It's 26, Salaki. I put 28. Let me change the screen.
22 and 26.
It's 22 and 26. My apologies. 22 and 26.
Psalms 22 and 26.
So he's saying the lowly or the base are meek.
Mm-hmm.
Read on.
Psalms 22 and 26. The meek shall eat and be satisfied.
Listen, the meek shall eat and be satisfied.
What was it talking
It's very clear. What happens is this. Why do men or women always react and overreact with the people around them? Because a lot of times Israel is insecure. A lot of times the leader is insecure. A lot of times the leader is looking for something out of the deal. Listen, the only way to be free from pride and ego is you can't have any expectation of what a person is supposed to do. A great counselor isn't trying to get anything out the deal. This is what we all have to learn, how we're going to grow to the next level as teachers and counselors. When I'm teaching and counseling, I have to be satisfied and partake and be satisfied with what I do for the Lord, with what I get for the Lord, with what I receive from the Lord. If I am at peace with the conditions God has got me through, got me going through, if I am at peace with the conditions the Most High has got me going through, it doesn't matter if a person locks in or not. It doesn't matter if this person gives me something back in return. It doesn't matter if this person is the most respectful person in the world.
Or not.
Or not. It doesn't matter. Because I'm satisfied with the Most High in my lot in life regardless. There's certain people that are so emotionally insecure. Mm-hmm. If another person around doesn't like them, they can't go to sleep at night. If a person is disrespectful to them, I can't operate and function properly if another person disrespects me. It doesn't matter. Listen, if a person, the Most High said, he that despiseth not man, but who? The Most High. You can't believe that unless you're satisfied with you and what the Most High's got you going through. The individuals that take other people personal are emotionally what? Shallow. And emotionally insecure and unstable.
But that comes from, I haven't found contentment. Because we often teach about contentment.
That's what satisfied is. The meek shall eat and be satisfied.
So it's likely to say, if a person hasn't found contentment with their responsibility and their lot or their cup, how do you want to say it?
In life.
If they haven't found contentment with their lot in life, then they're going to be swayed by the ups and downs of other people.
And they're going to expect something back for the good they give.
That's a real thing.
Listen, if I'm content in my life, mm-hmm. then I can give liberally.
Yeah.
I can freely give if I'm content with what the Most High has given me back. You can't freely give if you're not content with the life the Most High has given you. So the key to always being base amongst your people is to be satisfied with what the Most High has given you in your life. Satisfied with the conditions of the life the Most High has provided for you. That is a major issue, because most of the sin and most of the corruption we fall prey to is because we're not satisfied. Did I bring it up on Friday with his class? Not being content and being satisfied with your situation. And I've gone over numerous topics like that, and so Shamshawan. So being satisfied with your condition helps you give better and give freer. You can't freely give if you want something out the deal.
They're opposites.
I know. So you can't emotionally be steady with what you give if I'm expecting something back from the student or this kid or whoever.
An Edomite way of saying it would be, I'm going to say it for people that think like that, is you can't practice emotional intelligence with other people if you have a hole or a void within.
Yeah.
Because that's a real thing too. People have natural, it's not just Edomite way, it's just reality.
Well, I'm going to say the natural voids come from the curses.
Yeah.
A lot of us have a lot of emotional voids because of what we've gone through in our youth, based on the curses for Israel's wickedness. And then we'll sit back here, we'll come in the truth with fringes, and all of a sudden we think we can correct people and chastise folk because we have knowledge and verses. But what does knowledge do? Knowledge what? Knowledge builds your pride up. Yeah. What's the only thing that teaches men and women? charity.
Charity.
Charity edifies, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because in the midst of you having to give to somebody for free, really exposes where you're at and what kind of person you are.
The truth comes out.
The
You can't hide
truth,
that.
the truth of who you are is exposed when you got to give and get nothing back in return. And then give to unappreciative people.
That's the one. Listen, give them someone says thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate
I'm very
you.
gracious for the things you've done for me.
That feels
That
good.
ain't the Jew. The Jew wants to take, and then he'll come back to get more the next day. They'll gas you up and take.
Yeah.
And that's how you learn and are exposed for the person you are. Is when you got to keep giving for free. And you can only keep giving for free if you are satisfied with what the Lord has given you. The meek are satisfied. And if I'm satisfied, I can give all the time and not be upset. But if you want something not to deal, you're going to stop giving. Or if in your mind, I got to feel good about me. So if you got to go feel good about you, that means there's less time for them.
That's a clouder of judgment.
Because I got to get something from me. I'm not satisfied. And that's when I get angry, emotional, disrespectful. Because I want something out the deal now. So we're going to keep going on this. Read verse 26 again.
Psalm 22 and 26. The meek shall eat and be satisfied.
The meek shall eat, partake, and do what they do, and be satisfied. That means partake in teaching, partake in counseling, partake in giving. And then it's okay if I'm giving all the time and I don't get nothing back. Because I'm meek. I'm lowly. I don't have any ego. If you're free from ego, you can give all the time and not trip. That's the key.
But that means it'd be great. That's a great spiritual. That's a mark of great, true spirituality.
That is what Christ wants us to do. So start from the class. And Paul said, follow me like I follow what?
Right.
Goes back to the point. Israel wants to focus on ceremonies and not this. The weightier matters of the law. We read that verse a few weeks ago. The weightier matters of the law is mercy. How to keep giving again. How to get up every day and give to people that don't appreciate you. That, in that scenario like this, is the weightier matters of the law. What we want to do is focus on, got you. I didn't see you with fringes. I'm going to check you on it.
Caught you.
I caught you. I caught you slipping. That's how Hassan a Jew wants to do. Versus the real work deals with, I'm the one that has the greater knowledge and wisdom and experience, and I got to be the base amongst people that I think are baser than me or beneath me.
Or like, let's battle.
That's the point. That is the immaturity that people that don't understand Christ always operate in. Okay, let's go from there to Isaiah 29. Listen, Israel wants it always is check and tear down and tear down versus understanding what Christ, how he wants us to be in order to constantly get blessed and taken care of. Isaiah 29 and verse 19.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 19.
We're still dealing with that meek and lowly spirit that we all have to be responsible for. Read on.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 19. The meek also shall increase their joy in the Lord.
It all ties in. The meek will increase in joy because the meek are always what? Satisfied with what the Most High has given them. That's the answer to the question. How does a person find joy in serving the Lord? That's a question a lot of us face. How does a man or woman find joy in serving the Most High? The way you find joy in serving the Most High is to learn how to be satisfied with what the Lord has given you so far. That's how your joy is able to continuously build and grow into more joy. Because he's not going to give you more until you're satisfied and appreciative for what you've gotten. Once you've shown that you're appreciative for what you've gotten, then the Most High will possibly reward you with more. And that means your joy will continue to increase. A lot of Israelites are always unhappy and depressed and unsatisfied because they have no meekness. If you have no meekness, you'll never find joy. I've been around Israelites for 20 plus years, 30 years, and Israel is always the number one issue Israel has is a lack of joy.
Yeah.
That's like number one. They're not happy. Israel is most of the time is not arguing and fighting about the law. Israel complains about finding happiness. Israel wrestles with depression and sadness and a lack of fulfillment. That's what Israel has a problem with now. And guess what? That's what we had a problem with what? In the
Back
past.
then.
All the different generations, the root of the idolatry was they weren't satisfied with their life. What the Most High claims is I've provided for you and I've blessed you and I've given you this and this and this. That's what the Most High's take. Our take is He hasn't given me enough. I have a bunch more needs and requests that I have. That is the issue with man. So if you want to find joy, you have to be satisfied with what the Most High requires of you daily, with the level of output you have to produce and bring to the table. If you're happy with that, He will give you more joy. So this is the spirit you have to be in order to be base and lowly towards your people.
I can't give you more joy if you can't figure this out.
He can't give you joy until you learn how to be satisfied and joyful for what you've got.
That's the first door.
And joyful for the amount of giving you got to give already. Because what is the issue with Israel? I give so much, and in my head I don't get enough what?
In return.
In return. So you have to be satisfied with how much you have to give and be okay with the giving and the teaching and the dedicating that you're responsible for, and be okay with what you get in return for the giving and the teaching and the dedicating that you give to the people around you. If you can do that, you can always be base around the people that you're responsible for. That is the key. In order to be able to give and be lowly to the people who need you to be lowly so that the word of Christ is promoted and you're not promoted. Does that make sense? No? Yes?
No,
maybe?
I disagree.
Hell no! I disagree!
It's not about sense. It's about do I agree or not.
It's about how I feel. It's about how I feel.
It's not about sense here, right?
Brother,
Do I agree or not?
I'm going to say that this
I like the circumstances.
You said you don't like the circumstances, Zach?
I don't like the conditions that I'm being pushed. I feel like I'm being put into a corner where I have to.
All the Lord is saying, the lot of life the Most High gave you, be satisfied with it.
Yeah.
Learn how to be happy and happy with your present condition, so the Most High can sit back here and make you happy in your future condition. Because your future condition is going to be what? Predicated on giving at a higher clip than what
At
you
a
get.
higher rate. Yeah.
Now, listen, didn't the Most High say He'll give us 100-fold more with what?
Persecution.
So listen, if I'm getting blessings with persecutions, that means for the good I'm getting, I got to work that much harder to keep up the blessing that I get. People think of blessings like I'm winning. Blessings are additional responsibilities.
Yeah.
So for all the good the Most High has given you, you have to find the joy in that exchange. The Most High gives you a family, great. You got you a husband, guess what? For that blessing, now it's not about you at all. You get children, that is a blessing. For that blessing, you get even less time for yourself. That's the trade-off of the beautiful blessing He gives you. Most High gives you a job that can help take care of your family, great. But with that blessing, there's less time for you. Now your time is split working, serving your husband, serving your children, serving the sisters. Congratulations, you're a blessed woman. How come nobody's happy about that blessing?
You're blessed.
You're blessed. You're a child of God and you're blessed. It's the same thing with men serving the Most High. Most High is giving you rank. That's a beautiful thing. Now you can't just leave when class is over. Now you're at home and you got to give your mind to the whole body. So the blessing the Most High gives you at home, you really can't really be into it because your mind's got to be on what the camp needs.
At all times.
Now you got a rib. Congratulations, you got a rib. But just think about this. With this rib you got, guess what has to happen now? You got a teacher and counselor. And you can't get what you want out to deal with her until you counsel her and teach her. And pull up the demons on her. So guess what? When you're teaching your rib, is the house going to be at peace when you get this rib? Like in Come to America, so you're going to walk like this. She's your queen to be. Is it going to be like that? Whatever you want, my Lord. Whatever you need, my Lord. Yes! I have a blessing from the Lord. No, you don't. You have work. You have to develop a spirit, or you can't. You have to develop a spirit, or you can't enjoy what you got later. So is it work? And the point, how about teaching and counseling the rib is like a 2-3 year program before you start seeing legitimate, good results?
Before the resistance.
I don't think that's like even an unrealistic statement. It's like 3 years of loss.
It's like 5.
I'm gonna say at least 3 for the quick learners. Yeah, remember you listen. And a perfect example of it is there's a law about planting trees.
Yep.
You can't smack your lips on an apple tree or a fruit tree for 5 years. That means you're busting your tail watering this tree,
And maintenance.
developing. You lost 5 years of your life before you can get one apple. How about that? That's what development looks like. But if you're satisfied, 5 years flies by. Why do men snap when they're going to go crazy developing? Because I'm not satisfied with the
I'm not
exchange.
getting no apples though.
All I'm doing is putting manure all around this damn tree all damn day long, and I'm letting these delicious apples fall on the ground, and I can't. The damn creatures of the earth are eating the damn apples before I get a
I'll
chance to
put
smack
more in
this
it. I'm
apple.
getting up.
That's what development is. But you can't develop that way if you want something out the deal. If you are unsatisfied with what the Most High has given you.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for Paul to be base amongst you, he has to be satisfied with giving a lot and not getting anything back. That's how you got to be with brothers, ribs, children, everybody. Because you get angry because you expect a return that's premature.
Or a break.
Didn't the Most High say one man plants, another man waters? But it's on the Most High's time when a person actually grows.
True.
So you don't get nothing back until the Most High deems it so. But the trick is not to want nothing back. But a lot of people get squirmish on the table, on the seats when they got to hear that. You're supposed to learn how to give for free at a high level and be satisfied with what the Lord has given you so that you will possibly experience greater joy down the line. But the pattern is still the same. Give more than you return back. And if you can find that and maintain that and be content with that, you're going to be blessed. But the question you got to ask yourself is, how come that scenario isn't good enough for you? How come giving at a way higher clip than getting anything back, how come you can't find satisfaction with that exchange? Then you can start learning about the real sickness that's inside of you and understand why the Most High doesn't bless you. If you can start figuring out why that exchange isn't good enough for you, now you can start learning. With the help of counselors, people around you, now you can learn why the Most High don't bless you. If you could get to the root of why you're not satisfied where you're at now. How come what you're going through now isn't good enough for you? Why is there that hole or that void in your life, in your heart? You'll say, I have a void in my heart. No. You just want something not to deal. And you start throwing heart in there, and I'm like, oh, this person is sad. No, it's not about sadness. You want something in the flesh, and you ain't getting it. And you think, if I hold back from giving to the Most High, I will get what I want. That's not the Lord. So just understanding that teaching and developing is also about what? Being base and lowly, and understanding that I have to be meek. Lowliness is meekness. We know meekness means to endure injury without resentment. But how do you endure injury without resentment unless you're satisfied with what the Most High has already given you? It still goes back to the same point. You're okay with whether it's having a rib, a husband, a brother, the conditions you are. You got to be okay with it. Because promotion comes from the what?
The Lord.
It always goes back to that. It's still about reminding yourself that it's not about you at all. And the Most High is going to reward your situation and take you out of it or not. And if the promotion happens or not, the satisfaction has to still be there.
With or without the outcome that you desire.
That's my point. And if we understand that in our personal lives, we can be better men and women for the Lord. Or if it's in how I deal with the people around me in counseling and teaching, I can be a better counselor and teacher if I can get past me and make it about the message.
So that technically means that we're in the way.
That's the point. And this is what Paul is trying to explain. He removes himself out of the way because he defeated his ego. Him defeating his ego removed him out of the way so the word of the Lord can be as pure as it possibly can be. So he could penetrate the greatest amount of people during his stewardship as a teacher of the Most High. That's how he became the greatest teacher he could be at this time. Okay, did we read that? Let's read verse 19 again. Isaiah. Oops.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 19. The meek also shall increase their joy in the Lord.
Listen, you see people nowadays having to write books to get mental satisfaction. Why do Israelites write Israelite books? Why don't you just teach the Bible? Why we got to write a second Bible?
So I don't feel accomplished.
Because it's ego. Because brothers aren't meek. I gotta write Israelite books.
Is it really for the people?
Listen,
If
it's about the people, why don't you teach the Bible? The Bible gives you all the answers. Why do I gotta write another book that pulls Bible verses?
That pulls you away from the Bible.
That pulls you away from the Bible. It's all ego. What you're doing is watering down the potency of the word the Most High had the real prophets teach.
Yeah.
So are you a prophet? You're sure not a damn prophet. We're really teachers. The prophets were the ones who received the visions to drop the information. Street prophets are teaching it. No, they're not. There's no street prophets on earth, barely. They're street teachers, not prophets. Who's getting prophecy? If you got prophecy, raise your hand.
Who's Baruch?
Give me a thumbs up if you're a prophet. Who's Zephaniah? Here are the minor prophets who are dynamic. Who's Zephaniah and Zechariah?
Nobody's over there.
Hosea. Ain't nobody there talking like that. And don't even dare open your mouth and say you got some Jeremiah in you. You gonna sit, who gonna sit back here and say there was a poop for weeks and months?
You got Jeremiah
Eating bread. You know you had a little poop on that bread you to eat at.
Not a little bit. See it feeding down.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying. Like, did he keep his hands up all day so he can keep his hands clean from the poop so he eat the bread?
You can't. There's no way. It's everywhere. When you fall asleep, it's everywhere now.
There's flies everywhere.
Listen, yes, it's death around.
It's not just like poop and no flies.
No, it's parasites. They're crawling your skin.
There's movement in there. There's movement in those waters.
It's the visible ones. You can actually see them.
There's movement in those waters. You can literally see the amoebas.
Oh my god.
Amoebae. I don't know if it's amoebae or amoebas. Somebody had a hand up. I'm sorry.
Everything in there is decomposing.
Yeah.
It's going in your skin. It's absorbing.
It's absorbing into your bloodstream.
And you might die.
And you might die. So I don't want to hear. There's no prophets here. So once again, why do people write books? Because they want their ego inflated. It's not about serving the Lord. Well, how are you giving in that position? Is that coming from a position of giving or taking? You want something out the deal.
Christ didn't say write books.
He said read the Bible. Why am I writing books? Yes, sir?
Does that count for like self-help books? Like
it's writing books and it's bringing attention to you versus giving to the Lord.
If you're really a G, then do a pen name where you get no glory. Then books won't.
How about that?
Because that's the truth. Honestly, if you're really real, there's a pen name. Your name is Abadabadoo, and nobody knows it's you. Name is Yabadabadoo Zion.
Not going to book
Or Yabadabadoo Gabar. Yabadabadoo
Warrior of the
Warrior of the
yes.
Lord. Yabadabadoo.
Then all of a sudden, I will respect that more
I respect that.
than if you're sitting back here smiling, doing book signings.
Little finger.
Because what are you doing? You're bringing attention to you like you're the man.
But Israel needs, once again, Israel is addressing the void.
Yeah.
And the void's
It's an ego void. And the people do that because they're voided in ego. They don't say, "Oh, I'm just trying to do the work of the Lord." No, you're not. Stop it. You're not doing the work of the Lord. You're boosting your ego up.
If it's the work of the Lord,
You're feeding your pride.
then it's just.
I am an author.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is 80% Chat GPT.
Yeah.
How about it's pretty easy to write books now when you got Chat GPT? Your boy Chat, hey Chat, help me out. I'm just gonna say dip. Put that together and make it sound fire. Boom, page 50. Let's keep it going. That's all Israel's doing. But once again, what the Most High is looking at us, the Most High, if we're honest and understanding Him, He's looking at why we do things, why we give.
He's the wide guy.
He's
All the time.
why we give, how much of what you're giving is pure intention, and how much of it is about you getting something out the deal. Paul is like, you got to be base. It ain't about you at all. If you remove your ego from the equation at all, then the message is pure. It doesn't matter how many teachers you got information from, how many sources you got information from. The Bible is the only source you need. Then get people to come to class, teach them, and work with them. And be responsible for them every day. That's the glory.
And lose for him.
The glory is about being responsible and give and lose your life so that others can develop. If you're not doing that, then you're about you. This is about just being clear about why folks do what they do. Because the more you cleave to this book, the more you realize what people are really about. In Israel that wears fringes and garments and head wraps, a lot of us are still about us. A lot. And we're not satisfied with the lot the Most High has given us. And that gets in the way of developing people and helping people. So, read verse 19 again.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 19. The meek also shall increase their joy in the Lord.
The meek, or the humble, or the individuals with no ego, they're the ones who will continue to find happiness serving the Lord because they're satisfied with what the Lord gave them. Read on.
And the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel.
Because, the only way for a poor person to really cleave close to the Most High is that you have to be okay with being poor. There's a verse. I was putting it together, and I'm going to go into it. It will be the first verse I go into next week, but I thought it was a really good verse. It deals with, one second. I'll get it in 1 second. I think it's Ecclesiastes 10 and 20.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 20.
Let me read it. I shouldn't have went over this because I'm going over this on Monday next week, but I want to. It kind of fits with the point. In order to really absorb being poor and low, you have to look at things this way. Read on.
Come on, Ecclesiastes 10:20. Among brethren, he that is chief is honorable.
He says, amongst brothers, the chief person is honorable. I mean, the prince, the king, the most honorable person is the one that gets the respect. The most honorable one is the highest ranking person, the person with the most money, the person with the most resources. They're the one that gets the respect in the world. Read on.
So are they that fear the Lord in his eyes.
But he says, in the Most High's realm, the people that fear the Most High is the one that gets the most respect. If I'm truly meek and if I'm truly lowly, that's what we should be shooting for. A lot of us shoot for recognition, respect, validation. When, read that again, verse 20.
Among brethren, he that is chief is honorable.
Listen, Israel wants to be the chief. Israel pushes to be the chief in whatever field they're doing. Because the pursuit of being the chief is what soothes the ego.
I want to be alpha in the situation.
I want to get this outward respect and recognition for doing X, Y, Z. And that's what a lot of Israel shoots for, thinking it's about the recognition in serving the Lord, recognition in different fields of work. We think it's about being honorable that way.
Glory.
Glory. Read on.
So are they that fear the Lord in his eyes.
But the Most High says, the person that fears the Lord and has a respect towards the Most High and are satisfied with what the Most High is, how he's developing us, those are the ones that are honorable in Most High's eyes.
So you're saying, to slow it down for me,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Man's idea of glory and the Most High's idea of glory
Are completely opposite.
are not the same.
Exactly.
Because when I looked at glory, I looked at, in my generation, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggs,
I get it.
B.I.G. You know, even on in sports, the guy that gets the most playing time, the guy that scores the most points, gets the most
Jordan, I'm not the
most
Jordan.
rebounds.
Starting five.
Michael Jordan, huh?
The guy that gotta play defense because he's so productive in offense.
Yeah.
He can slack on defense,
Yeah.
but he's chief because he's needed the most.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a natural thing.
Yes.
But in Christ, it's
He's like, listen, it doesn't matter what your financial status is. It doesn't matter what your
psycho is.
What your because obviously Israel was heavy into what? Classism.
That makes sense.
The Jew was heavy into classism. Status. Most High said it's not about status with the Most High.
Yeah.
He says in the Most High's eyes, the poor are honored even more than the person who's rich. Our honor is based upon our fear of the Lord.
Pharisees didn't like
But
that.
the question is this.
The
Pharisees didn't like that,
before
but the question is this. Can you accept that? So the Most High says, fearing me is how you attain honor. Then can we be okay with just being honorable in the eyes of the Lord?
And that's it.
And that's it. It's not about how the level of respect and ego that we want nurtured in our lives. He's like, with me, I just want to make sure that you fear me and you're honored in my eyes. Then the question is, how come being honored in the Most High's eyes isn't enough for us?
Because we want unrighteous glory.
God.
We're being content with no earthly good.
Exactly. The funny thing is, the more and more you understand what these scriptures are about, the more you realize the Most High is against anything that's ego-based.
He's anti-ego. He's anti-ego.
He's anti-ego on every level. And if you learn how to be anti-ego, that's the point.
Yeah.
It's not that. That's why when I was coming at us 2 Saturdays ago, like, do you think likes matter? Likes don't, man. We don't get likes. This because we have likes and a little a third generation camera we're looking at. That doesn't mean nothing. It ain't even about viewership. It's about, can we get the word out?
He was mad about that.
He stopped talking after that. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about views.
Recognition.
It wasn't about likes. It's not about that at all. This is about just giving. And giving for free and getting nothing back. That's Christ. But a lot of us, that's not enough for us. We want recognition. We want respect. We want people to look at us at a good light. Because of what? Because it's avoiding us. And we're trying to feed that void. And that's anti-Christ.
I got some.
Yes. We'll get a question. And then I'll let myself.
So even wanting someone's favor is wanting something back.
Because that's the problem. Is a lot of times when you're in the work, all you want is a person to respect you. There's ego there. Because you still want something out the deal. Because we are still trying to inject ourselves in the situation.
A lot of the greatest.
Because if a person tells me I'm doing a good job, that means I'm confirmed.
Exactly.
When you really understand, to be confirmed is just serving the Most High and giving your whole life to your people. That's why Christ, this is what the scripture we just read. He said, man, just fearing me, I honor you. And but the problem is that is not enough. For 90%, I'm going to go down the percentages. For most Israelites, listen, I'm not knocking the kissing of the boot. I saw brothers last week getting the boots kissing on the street speaking, and they was just taking it out.
I'm against it. I'm anti.
Huh?
That's
Listen. I wouldn't do it, but I've seen it done. And Israel are taking all these pictures. Yeah, these Edomites kiss the boot. Why? My thing is, why? Listen, okay, if he did it, why do you have to make him put 1,000 pictures on it?
Because I was like,
what does that do for you?
That was a highlight reel.
What are you getting out the deal?
It's highlight reel.
Because like what it's saying is, I pulled these verses. I'm that dude that got this Edomite to kiss my boot.
Look at me.
I'm on level 2.
Yeah.
Then was it about the Lord?
It has nothing to do with it. Has nothing to do with the Lord. Because if it was about that, why you got to put it online?
Just keep it a buck. Hey, this happened. And that's it.
Well, you ain't got to say it. Just go home. Just go home and be okay with it.
Yeah.
How come you just can't go home and go teach them all?
The scripture happened, and this is proof that the scripture is real.
Yeah.
And move on with your life.
Well, but why do you got to post it
I need proof.
and get thumbs up and likes? Because you're about you. That's why Israel does most of the things they do. They want recognition and respect.
It wouldn't get done if it wasn't.
Because what they're saying is, for all the time I've been doing the work, I want to show that I'm on a level.
Yeah.
First is just doing your job and serving the Lord and being egoless. But Israel's not egoless. What'd you gonna pull?
Give me Psalms 106 and verse 12 through 15, and then we're gonna jump to 39.
I don't think we're gonna get past this class.
Unsubscribe.
That's another one.
That's what's coming next.
Pew, 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 pew. It was 106 and what?
106 and 12 through 15, and jump to 39.
Oh, come on, man.
Is that in the class?
No.
Oh, I'm like, dang.
Come.
Okay.
Psalms chapter 106.
Because the spirit is what Moses was noticing in the wilderness. It's the same correlation. The correlation is we're not happy. We're not content with the fact that we're just shown a different way. We're given a different life, an opportunity to live a different way. That's not enough for us. So let's read what happened in verse 12.
Come, verse 12. Then believed they his word. They sang his praise.
After the miracle, we believe. Christ said the same thing. You believe because of miracles.
Yep.
Well, actually, no, he didn't say that. They're even worse. They believe because they got
You only
fed.
follow
They didn't believe in
for some-
miracles.
I got some good chicken today.
I got
Fish and
fish.
Yes.
But what's crazy is
Grace is real. I got some chicken out of it.
It's true.
But
Let
this
me see.
although it says they believe, although they said they believe after the works, did they really believe it? Because soon after they're complaining 'cause they didn't get fish.
So they didn't.
So just like Christ said, you just want the meats. You just want to get fed. You want the benefits. You're not really here for all the chariots flying in the sky and the armies getting destroyed and you don't care for that. You want to get satisfied, satiated in the flesh.
Yeah.
So keep reading.
Verse 13. They soon forget
Yeah.
his word.
That's the point. So how can you believe but then soon forget? That means you never.
You don't believe.
You didn't believe. If I just saw a miracle, how did I forget the Lord gave me a miracle? Not too long ago. It wasn't like a span of years and years and decades. The last miracle they got. They just got out of Egypt and they already forgot his works.
Yeah.
What do they do next? How do you know someone forgets the works of the Most High? How do you know someone forgets?
Or how do you know a person doesn't really believe?
Or respect what the Most High has given them?
Yep.
Because it goes back to respect. I've been given the opportunity, the benefits, the blessings, but what am I doing to show the Most High I care? Read on. What do?
They soon forget his works. They waited not for his counsel.
So now I'm not concerned with the Most High anymore. You tell me to this spot, Lord, I'm going to take into my hands now.
Because to wait for your counsel is just to wait for the Most High to change your condition. Damn it. That was my fault. Oh, you saved it, man. Okay.
No.
I'm almost there.
I was kind of slipping.
Okay. So, okay. I lost it. Okay. So it said,
13.
They waited
They waited not for his counsel. To wait for the Most High's counsel means I'm going to stay in the condition that I'm in and be satisfied that the Most High's got me in this condition.
Okay.
When the Most High gets me out, then I'll be okay. Then I'll be okay when he sets me out of my condition
To the next phase.
because that's how I can show that I really believe in something.
Okay.
I know how to wait.
Okay.
And the only way you can learn how to wait is to be appreciative and happy with what the Most High has given you already. There's no other way. Because there's an idea that something about a pot never boils.
A watch
pot never boils.
A watch pot never boils. That means if I'm going every day expecting something to happen, you're going to wig out.
You drive crazy.
You're going to flip. So what is the best way to wait?
It's not expected.
What is the best way to wait? I want that to kind of stick.
Yeah.
What's the best way to wait? It's to not want it at all.
It's fine.
The best way to wait is to be satisfied with what you already got. Like my car is tripping right now. I'm like, this car is going crazy every day. There's something else happening. It's like my finger fell off. Oh, my wrist fell off. I have no wrist now. Oh, my whole left arm is gone. Like, what the hell's going on here? And I'm like, you know what, bro? Whenever God wants to change this situation, He's gonna change it. And if it don't happen, and that's okay. Yeah. Waiting any other way isn't waiting.
It's impure.
Waiting any other way really means I don't have any faith. So we can tell that Israel in the wilderness didn't know how to wait because their faith was only predicated on getting something.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know it's not faith.
Oh, it's not real.
It's not real faith. It's just as long as I'm getting something, I like you.
I hate you.
But if I'm not getting something,
I hate you.
I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
That's Israel all the way. And then if that's what's inside of us, how can we really be servants to our people?
You'll be a one
So
way
that,
guy.
what it does, and I'm not trying to take this.
Yeah.
I just want to bring up this point. Why do you think the Most High starves us out so early in the truth?
Yeah.
Why do you think when you're young you don't have the car? You don't have this. You don't have that. You don't get the rib. Money's tight. You live in check to check, check to check. Why does He have you doing that as He's developing you? Because you have to learn to be accustomed to not getting what you want out the deal and still be satisfied. Because if that is not worked on inside of you, you will corrupt many people down the line. You will destroy many people's lives down the line.
Yeah.
If you can't learn and accept to be satisfied with the condition the Lord's got you in, then what you're going to do is when you get power, when you get advancement, you're going to sit back here and use and manipulate and take advantage of people because you have a void in your spirit.
And I have greater opportunity. I have greater
access to
get
take.
what I need.
That's my point. So He has to starve you out because what's going to happen is when you have more access to the things you need, you still have to operate
Like you don't.
like you don't.
And that's what I was.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry.
Because the lesson
There we
He's
go.
showing is you need to learn to be lean in the flesh, so you're not lean in the spirit. And we're gonna find in the story this is the result of the Israelites who chose their flesh first. They end up being lean in the spirit. Now, go ahead, give me a definition of lean. We'll read in a little bit. Keep reading this verse.
Come, Psalms 106:14. But lusted exceedingly in the wilderness, and tempted the Most High in the desert.
You forget this. You forget His works. You don't wait on His counsel. Now you have goals, aspirations, inventions, and life achievements you want to accomplish. That is outside of the Most High's wants for you, perspective for you. So what happens? Read on.
Verse 15. And He gave them their request.
Now what happens when you get what you've been pushing for in the flesh? You think it was blessed. You think it was honored by the Most High. You think it was ordained.
Watch your hands, man. Oh, Slock is going
You think it's
crazy.
ordained.
This camera's
So
going
now-
crazy right now.
Now the confusion is you did what you wanted without the consulting of the Christ.
Gotta watch those hands, man.
Oh,
See, I told you.
There you go with you, right?
This guy's going crazy with his hands, like I do. So I'm just saying, don't bring it to you. Keep it in the middle. Okay, keep going now.
Okay. So
watch this. You gotta do like the
like
interview,
this.
right? Like
Nah, I
this.
can't do that. It was
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my, like this.
That's so funny.
He says, read verse 15 again.
Come, verse 15. And he gave them their request, but sent leanness into their soul.
He said, leanness.
I'll give
You got what you wanted, but now you got leanness. Give me that definition of leanness real quick.
It hurts, bro.
It's point 2.
But everybody gets this.
It's right on the point.
This didn't stop in Moses' time.
Yeah.
Leanness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 1828. Want of matter,
Mm-hmm.
poverty,
Spiritual.
And emptiness.
Empty.
Empty. Now you're
soul
empty.
life.
You got what you wanted, but you feel like there's something missing still.
Yeah,
I'm still missing something spiritually. Why do I feel like I haven't achieved anything?
because that's the point. Israel wants to sit back and make selfish ego plays and feel whole inside.
Wow.
But you'll still make the selfish ego play and still be unhappy because you did it for the wrong reason. And the Most High is not going to make you satisfied until you're satisfied with just serving Him.
God.
You're never going to be satisfied until you're satisfied just serving Him and removing your ego. That's the only way to achieve some type of spiritual nirvana.
God.
The spiritual nirvana comes from the fact that I've served the Lord, I gave, and I got nothing in return, and I'm happy because of it.
Spiritual fulfillment.
Because
And-
the Most
yeah.
High sat back here and gave me clothing,
Yep.
food and water and raiment, and that makes me happy that the Most High provided that.
And it makes me happy when you read in Baruch. What makes the Israelites happy in Baruch 4:20 is we know what makes Him happy. We know what makes God happy. That's supposed to make you happy, not because you're satisfied in the flesh. We look at it like we want to get what we want. We end up with leanness, but what does the Most High look at it like? What does the Most High take our actions, our selfishness, our selfish actions like? Read verse 39 real quick.
Verse 39. Thus were they defiled with their own works.
Right there. Stop right there. Listen. That means whatever I touch, if my ego is the core reasoning behind
That's the problem.
It doesn't matter
the
what I
sin,
do.
the sin is the ego.
Okay.
The sin is the ego.
Okay.
The sin is I need something
For me.
outside of just service of God to make me happy.
Okay.
And when I start to pursue these endeavors outside the service of the Heavenly Father, now there's leanness in my soul.
It's leanness for us, and the Most High is looking at us like you're whoring. Because we did what we wanted to do to feel satisfied in ourselves. Most High's like, I gave you the answers, I gave you the pathway, I gave you the proper direction. You still chose you. So he says, read it from top again.
Psalms 106:39. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a whoring with their own inventions.
Because we wanted to satisfy us. We played the part. We went to the Sabbaths. We did the sacrifices. But that intense lust to get something out of the deal is why the Most High said we were whoring after our own inventions. We went a whoring after our own direction.
You know,
That's what ticked the Most High off.
you know what it leads to though? What you're saying? And I love the pull you pull. There's a certain period of time where I always say it, that losing my religion type song.
All right, you got us moving around all weird.
Losing my religion.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a point where this God thing doesn't make you happy.
This God thing?
And then you keep it real. Yeah. And you say, you know what, bro? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not. This God thing doesn't make me happy. And then
It takes a long time. The problem is, it takes a long time
I'm gonna say that.
people to say that. It's many years of sadness in the truth,
Yeah.
failing, and spinning their wheels before they come clean with that. A lot of Israelites will hang on 4 or 5 years, whatever the case is, just losing and getting checked and losing and getting checked and losing, and all of a sudden they'll just leave.
and what happened? But it's like the spirit removed you. Well, that's true, but then also I just accepted that God doesn't make me happy. Yeah.
But I gotta say this. I truly do not think that happens more times. People will sit back here, be angry, be pissed off, and then blame a brother for why they don't come back and do the work.
Yeah, they blame my brother.
Because the scripture
you
says,
gotta put a face.
because the scripture
Very
says,
few men
he that
take the buck."
despiseth,
Exactly.
despiseth not man, but the Most High. They'll use a man as the reason why they don't come back. But a person uses a man because they don't have the heart to say, I just don't love serving the Most High.
But a couple men
on that
said it.
point.
Only a couple men have ever.
Verse 17.
Only a couple.
16 I mean. Read verse 16. It says the same thing. I just jumped it because I was trying to get to
Okay.
the point. Read verse
Yeah.
16 on that point.
They envied Moses also in the camp.
Why? Why were they so envious of Moses? Because out of all the Israelites in the camp, only Moses was satisfied with his portion.
That's the point. Because the meek, he was the meekest. Don't forget, Moses was the meekest man on earth.
Huh.
That means Moses was the most satisfied about his uncomfortable position in life more than anybody else. That's why he didn't what?
Right.
Complain. Because he was okay and satisfied with being in the desert.
Yeah.
He was satisfied with living 40 years on the road on a tent
Yeah.
with a bunch of complaining Jews that didn't appreciate what God gave him. Don't forget, this man was born and raised in royalty.
Yep.
He was raised in the royal palaces and had to sit back here and live and chose being with the Jews, complaining Jake in the wilderness over being comfortable in Egypt.
Yeah.
That's what made Moses great.
Number 2 in Egypt.
That's what made Moses great. Was that he happily accepted downgrading for the truth. If we're going to be honest with you,
He downgraded.
Wow.
listen, think about this. The Most High, in the Most High's eyes, Moses was the
Wow.
greatest.
Yeah.
But on a living condition term, he
Yeah,
took
yeah,
he
nothing.
took 15,000 steps back
Yeah. He had nothing.
for Jews who didn't appreciate him, that wanted to sit, that every step of the way wanted to kill him. And we complain that we worked the zones for a couple years of our life. We complain about being uncomfortable and taking pay cuts for God.
He had 40 years of no property owned.
That's like no gold, no property.
No vineyards.
He forfeited all his money, all his inheritance.
He lived
His
in tents.
mama, his stepmama, was literally the queen
A Midian, right? Or
of Egypt.
oh, yeah. Yes, that's that.
His stepmama was the queen of Egypt. He had access. He was the top general in the Egyptian army. And he gave up the college education.
Yeah.
He gave up top-end status,
A general.
gold, riches, prosperity, worldly respect
Acknowledgement, yeah.
to get argued by a bunch of unappreciative people every single day
threat-
in the desert. In the hot-ass sun where there's no water and vegetation.
Real.
That was his life. And he died in that same damn desert because he complained one day. Because the second generation did the same shit the first generation did. He went an entire generation putting up with nigga, you know what? Nigga excrement.
Oh,
And then the second generation saw the first generation trip and did the same thing. He's like, this is all I can stand. I can't stand anymore. This is too much. I gotta sit back and withstand 20 more years of this crap. Let me just hit the rock instead of speaking to him. And he lost it all. He lost the ability to walk Israel into the new land. And think about this, and experience riches.
Yeah.
And a reward. If you look at it from a carnal perspective,
Yeah.
Moses got the crap end of the stick.
Yep.
He threw his life away, threw his riches and his esteem and respect away for people that didn't appreciate him.
Yep.
Lived 40 years
Doing their own thing.
suffering. Don't forget. Listen, Joshua and Caleb had faith. They eventually were rewarded for their faith.
Land.
Title, respect,
Yeah.
their families got taken care of.
Yeah.
Moses,
Got nothing.
he got nothing out the deal. What did Moses get for everything he did for God's people?
His face glowed for like.
He had a face blow out? That's what you get?
He had to like.
Yeah, he had to put a covering over his head.
Yeah, he got that.
That was the reward Moses got
You got to talk to Christ.
for throwing it all away.
Yeah, you got to talk to Christ.
So if you're going to look at it just for an on-earth situation,
Yeah.
Moses got damn near the worst deal of everybody.
Yeah.
Listen, David got to be in the kingdom.
Yeah, he got
He was wearing David robes and making money, and he had ribs and gold. He at least had good come to him. What did Moses get for all of his dedication?
Oh,
he just got vitriol and hatred. And then you know what happened? They cried after he died.
That's what he
Yeah.
got.
He didn't even say it. Great leader.
didn't even say
That's
it.
my point. After he died, he got respect.
Say he was good.
Oh, you figured all we did was cuss him when he was living. Now he's gone. And now we're crying because we knew he was going to look after us.
Who's gonna leave?
It was still a one-way
Who's gonna
relationship.
leave now?
Yeah, who's going to sit back here and deal with our complaints now?
I'm crying for me.
Hey, Moses, how you doing? Let me tell you how I'm pissed off him about you.
Yeah.
Hey, Moses, shalom. Y'all by Shem Yah Shabbat. Let me complain to you today.
They're really crying for themselves.
Well, that's my point. Listen, let me throw up on you today, Moses. Let me
He's
curse
the
you
whipping
out.
boy of Israel.
That's my point. That was what he got for serving God's people. Why is that important for us to understand? That is part of the job description. But Israel don't want that.
No.
Israel don't want that. They want to be on television screen.
No,
They want
make
respect.
movies.
They want to make movies. They want media to come their direction.
A boss speaker.
They want a boss speak. They want boss respect.
Yeah.
They want to sit back here and be on platforms and be looked upon as being some type of
Iconic figure.
figurehead or respectable figurehead pushing this word. But that wasn't Moses.
No.
Moses got no glory out the deal. Paul got no glory out the deal.
Even the beautiful garments. Aaron got to wear that.
God,
Aaron got to rock the stones,
Aaron
right?
got the fancy respect.
His lineage got the blessing to
Yes.
be the top dog.
It was like Moses, you and your family. I don't know what to
That's
tell
it,
you.
dog.
Because all your children from Zipporah, bro, whatever, man. They on their own too.
Oh man.
Listen, so he didn't even get a perpetual name with his family line.
That's tough.
Now that would have a problem though. If his kids was blessed, that would have been. That'd have been.
But it didn't happen. Obviously, his kids were tripping.
We're the lineage of Moses. What are you talking about?
That wasn't even talked about. So obviously, they were regular dudes.
The sons of
My
Aaron.
dad was great, bro. I don't know. I want to hoop. Okay, I guess they want to hoop. I guess they want to play soccer, right? I guess they want to turtle board like that out. Listen, his kids want to sit back and make tents out or something. I don't know. But they didn't sit back and serve the Most High.
I don't want to do my dad's job.
How about that?
tell you that.
With all that servitude, I will do what my daddy did.
That's all the hate.
Listen, I want to farm.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. You want to make wine?
I just want my piece, son.
They'll say like, Masha Farms, Masha Vineyards. That's what they'll do. They'll exploit the name to hype themselves up. What's the point, though? Learning and understanding Moses, the greatest of our people, got nothing out of the service. Just the only thing he got was his great example was patterned by men who wanted to serve the Most High. And he got glory from the Most High. But that's what we should all be shooting for.
Yeah.
Glory for the Most High means the literal destruction of your ego. The answer is no, he did not have a speech impediment, sis. What it meant by Moses had a speech impediment, he was raised speaking Egyptian.
Yeah. The tongue was
So in speaking Egyptian, he didn't have the same crispness of speaking Hebrew like a person that was born and raised as a Hebrew would speak. That's all it was. That was the stammering tongue. It's like me sitting back here at war saying, "Me llamo es award na ayer." That didn't come out right, did it? That's my point. Listen, ¿dónde está usted un biblioteca? That didn't come out. Where's the library? That didn't come out the right way. That's a stammering tongue. That's all that is. But anyway, you done with that verse?
Yeah, no, let's read it verse 16 one more time.
Psalms 106 and 16.
They envied Moses.
Mm-hmm.
They envied Moses also in the camp and Aaron, the saint of the Lord.
But again, why would they envy these individuals who are in the same predicament, suffering the same circumstances? Everyone's losing, but you still got envy, or your point of envy is towards the leaders.
They envied his peace.
Exactly. Why aren't you complaining like us?
Exactly.
Why aren't you?
Oh, you think you're better than us?
You think you're better than us, Moses?
They envied his peace.
You're getting taken care of better than we are.
Oh, but you know, and they thought he was getting taken care of more than them
On the
because he wasn't complaining.
I know in the sneak you did.
But think about that.
That's the mentality.
But think about this.
That's
If
the
you're
problem.
Moses, I got the worst deal ever because I was getting my mind ready to go to the kingdom.
Yeah.
And Israel was acting like a bunch of chumps.
Yeah.
And was too afraid. So now my life is over
Because of you.
because y'all didn't want to fight your battles and fight giants.
Yeah.
So now I gotta sit back here. If remember after Israel didn't make the kingdom, their rebellion even got worse.
Yeah.
Because then guys start sitting back and picking up sticks in the Sabbath.
Yeah.
Stop giving a damn out.
There's no point. We're not going to
Then they said, let's go back to Egypt.
Yep.
Then things got even worse.
Takes out our milk and honey.
And then all of a sudden it's like the movie Life. I was getting more wrinkles in his face. His hair's getting grayer.
Life.
That's what I'm saying.
Life.
No, it was a different song. It was a different song when a guy these guys is losing decades in jail, in Mississippi jail. Remember those scenes? He's not going crazy fighting for a pie.
Yeah.
Fighting with some blueberry pie. That's all they had to, that's all they had to live for was some pie, some hot pie.
Black pie, new scheme.
Was that?
New scheme.
Yeah, but that was it. But all the schemes ran out. And all the guys they live with in jail are dying off. This is what's happening to Moses. He was ready to go to kingdom. Think about this. He was prepared and capable to get blessed. And couldn't get blessed because everybody else wasn't ready. Think about that psychologically. Isn't that the condition of Israel?
Yeah.
I might be ready to grow, but I can only go as far as the nation is ready to go. That is the limitations of being a servant. And all that requires us to eliminate and destroy the ego in order for everybody else to grow. So what that meant was, Mosiah is like, okay, Moses, I know you were ready to go to the kingdom and enjoy and drink wine and live your life. You got to wait 40 years so everybody else dies off and reteach the next generation.
And that wasn't.
And then you might get another 15 years after that.
And how about
That was the plan.
He didn't know that.
He didn't know that.
See, if Mosiah said, yeah, man, 40, you've been walking about this for 40 years. He was expecting to get there in like 5 years, like or
2 years, 2 years,
40 days or 2 years.
No,
like
that's not true. Because the Mosiah told Moses to tell them they're going to die off in the wilderness.
Yeah, but I'm saying before they lost that battle,
when they first got
before they fight the giants.
No, I'm saying when they got to fight the giants, he was expecting everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to invade the giants from the south. A direct shot from the south up. War was going to be over. Everything's going to be okay. Then Moses said, "Tell him, Moses, that they're going to die here." But what does that also mean? Tell him, Moses. Guess what, Moses? You're going to stay here forever too. You're going to die here. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Moses, tell them they're going to die, which means you're going to die here too. And he had to eat that and say, "Hey guys, we're going to all die here because y'all didn't want to listen."
Man,
so I'm throwing my life away also because y'all didn't want to listen.
That's tough.
Listen, that was the greatest man, the most egoless man on earth had to deal with. And he had to be satisfied with, well, at least I'm able to serve God. That's the consolation prize. Or how come we can't accept the consolation prize?
That's a real one.
Because that's what it takes to lead men and to lead people. To lead people, which is the most glorious thing you can do for the Lord, that means you lose. And can you accept that?
I gotta pull this one verse.
It might be what I have later on. What you got?
The second Ezra. You got second Ezra?
Second Ezra is what?
It's second Ezra 5 and verse 44. This is that.
No, it's not. Read that.
Second Ezra 5 and verse 44. There's a quick verse. This is Ezra. He's trying to rationalize with the angel, asking the Most High, why, if you know you're not coming down to the righteous get set on the earth, why not make all the righteous born at the same time? We're looking at it on a large scale, but even on a small scale. If you know you're going to bless anyway, why not just give us a blessing ahead of time? Why we have to go through all the struggling and the losing and the fighting? Read it, verse 44.
Second Ezra chapter 5, verse 44. Then answered he me and said,
the creature may not hate
What? It said the creature may not haste. You bet the creature can't rush who?
above the maker.
That's what we do every day of the week. We haste and try to force when the maker decides to do what? Give
Slow
us
down.
more, or give us more blessings.
Yeah.
You can't rush the waiting time.
Yeah.
The only thing you can control is to be satisfied with what you've got. And then be satisfied unto the Most High. And you know what it is? And he says, what he said is also, you can't force his hand to speed up.
Exactly.
You know how many times we sit back here and try to do things to manufacture to get something faster? He isn't. You can still manufacture to get something quicker, but it's not going to be gratifying. There's going to still be that void, like we read it in Psalms.
And he'll give
There's
you
going to
that
be a
word.
leanness to your
Be a
soul,
leanness, yeah.
even though you compromise right from wrong to get what you wanted. So for the brother or sister who wants to force getting the rib, force getting the husband, you're going to get it, and there's going to be something wrong with it. Still.
And the Most High won't honor it.
Then that's how he doesn't honor it.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
There's a leanness in that transaction that's going to make you unfulfilled too. So he's letting you know when you try to force the course of a river, you're going to take a loss still. Because you're not going to force your maker to give you something that you haven't earned yet. And you earn these things from obedience.
Yeah. And I love the point, because what he's saying is you have to be content regardless of the status or regardless of the scenario I put you in.
He lets you know status doesn't matter to Most High. Most High is looking at you like it ain't about how honorable you are in the world.
Huh.
I'm looking at what? Everybody has a chance to get close to me and get honorable to me through your service to the Lord.
Yeah.
And then once you make it about that, then I might promote you.
And now it makes sense why Paul said, I'm ready to go with the Most High. He said, but it benefits you that I stay here and teach you.
So it benefits you that I keep losing.
I keep losing and suffering and getting beat to death and getting in shipwrecks and getting spit on.
What makes a person say I'm ready to die?
Well,
that's what he said. I'm ready to get the hell out of here and die. I'm ready to die. Listen, Paul wasn't in his 60s.
No.
He wasn't in his 70s.
No.
Well, he would lose his teeth and he talking like, it wasn't that.
He was young with Stephen.
I'm ready to go.
He's
got that.
Listen, he said, I'm ready to go. He's not saying like, oh, I can't move my joint. I got sciatica. I can't do nothing no more. He's not saying that. Like, he was ready to go and he still had time left. How does a person get to the point where I'm okay with dying? He has completely destroyed the ego. Yeah. It ain't about me. It's not about what I want. Accomplishing is I want to have kids. I want to have ribs. I want to have ribs. The rib guy. I don't got the whip that I want. It doesn't matter what he gets or what his situation is. I just want to give. And whatever the Most High wants me to do, cool. If he wants me to live, cool. If not, I'm ready to go. There's nothing tethering me here. That's what defeating the ego is. There's nothing tethering, nothing that's making me gotta be here. That's really the final step with what it takes for us to remove the ego. Whether I'm here or not doesn't matter. As long as I've done my job, I dedicated my life to the Most High, and everything else is cool. Not I want to die because I hate myself. No, it wasn't about some dark side of him.
No.
It was just he lived a life of service. And if you live a life of service, it doesn't matter what happens to you.
He was at peace with the result.
Because I'm comfortable living a life of service. So whether I'm on via, whether I have a great whip, whether I'm abound or base, doesn't matter. Whether I get what I want or I don't get what I want, it doesn't matter because it's not about my ego. It's just about teaching. And when you can get to that point, that's how you can be a great teacher and counselor. You can counsel properly because it's never about you in the first place. So if a person is disrespectful to you, it doesn't matter. If a person ain't listening, it doesn't matter. Because listen, whether I'm teaching to this person that ain't listening or another person that ain't listening, my job every morning and every afternoon and every night is to do what? Teach.
Teach you the way.
So it doesn't matter. Yes, sir.
So you're saying that there's a God process as far as
I didn't say a God process. All
I mean,
right, come on now. I didn't say God process. I didn't say God knowledge either.
Well,
I'm sorry,
well,
God intelligence.
well,
Yeah, I didn't say that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, tell me if I'm right or wrong. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm going to use process. Is it like a God process He takes you through to authenticate you?
Yes. Okay. He authenticates you by putting you through scenarios that are uncomfortable. See how you respond to it.
Right.
With no
right.
validation.
With no whether it's validation.
Yeah.
Validation comes in many forms.
Yeah.
Financial validation. Thanks and appreciation validation.
Yeah.
Trinkets. A lot of Israel just serves for trinkets.
Trinket.
We'll work for trinkets.
Trinket.
We'll work for Tawadas. We'll work for you doing a hell of a job. We'll work for a wife. There's a lot of brothers who wear that sign out.
We'll work for ribs.
That's what I'm saying. We'll work for ribs, Zach. That's what brothers who do that. There's a lot of Israelites and on the corner on walls, but we'll work for a rib.
What's that sign, brother?
But listen, we'll study for a rib.
He's trying.
He's trying. That's funny.
We're going to camp for a rib. Right? We'll sit back here and serve for a husband. This is Israel. This is Israel. Right? This is what we do.
Right.
I will do good works if I get this. And then we don't. When you don't get it,
No rib, no service.
then if you don't get it, are you gonna still serve the Most High?
Answer is no.
Right.
That's the problem. And there's the dilemma.
Yeah.
And there's that God plan you're talking
The
about.
God process.
That God
That
plan. That's the
process.
God. The God process is until you decide to be egoless, you ain't getting nothing.
Okay.
But what was that word? That L word? It was
Leanness.
Leanness in
It was
your soul.
leanness in your soul.
Which means
That's you with empty blessings.
Yep.
Right.
I will use it. You can pursue an empty blessing.
Right.
What is an empty blessing?
Not-
As soon as you get it, you want another one. That's an empty blessing.
Oh, I thought it was.
There's no satiating.
You wanting something God didn't authorize.
Yeah, that's the initial part of it. But when you get something that's empty,
So I appreciate it.
you want more.
It's like
So it's like for people who have done drugs.
Right.
You sit, yeah.
They didn't like that.
You sit back here and you get high, and right after that high, guess what happens? There you go. There's emptiness there.
Yeah.
And then I gotta get another one. Listen, I gotta work hard. And then you got your functional theme and your dysfunctional theme. Who's gonna sit back here and keep hunting for the next empty high? But what we do is we manufacture these carnal rewards, but you're still angry. And after you get it, guess what happens tomorrow? You still want that high again.
Right.
You want that validation. You want that respect. You want the rib you really want. That's how you get you keep manufacturing empty blessings that still makes you sad and hollow afterwards. How about you get what you want and immediately after you get it, you feel what? You feel low.
Yeah.
Immediately after you get that what was that word again? The lean blessing, the empty blessing, you immediately want another one.
Yeah.
Because you're hollow. You're sad. And right after you get what you think you wanted and you manufacture it the way you want it and you get it, you're sad immediately afterwards. That's how you know it's empty.
It's like Kobe when he won the championship and then he was unhappy. There's a picture of Kobe like this. It's worse than the song. He's like this. Like I want to slap him through the picture. He's like this. Got his championship. He's like this and like this.
That's a dope picture. I like that.
But he's not full out. You just won the championship. You're the world's greatest. You've been practicing every single day, and he's not fulfilled and satiated by winning the world championship.
That's what he said.
That was on his level.
He said, "I want more.
That was on his level.
That's why I had to die soon.
I want more."
I want to be like Jordan. Okay, okay,
Here you go.
You can do it, but you're going to be out of here
There's a
soon.
cost for that.
Yeah.
Being on his path, not.
But our path is a lot
But
lower.
that's my
We're not getting championships.
That's my point. All I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
when you manufacture what you want, You'll get it. You'll get what you think you want. But there's a hollowness there. There's an emptiness there that never satisfies. Because Israel sits back here. You think Israel waits for God to give him something? Hell no. Israel don't wait for nothing. We just read it. It was 2 Ezra 5:44. It says, the creature may not haste above the maker. What does mankind say? We'll see. I'm show you. We're going to haste. Israel hastes anyway. And we'll still do it, and we'll still pursue it, and we'll still get what we think we want, and it comes to naught. Or when you'll get something that's lean or empty behind it, and then you're still trying to go to find something else.
Or it's a curse.
But it's still, the curse means it's an empty blessing. There's still leanness to your pursuit. Yes.
Okay, well, this class begs the question.
Begs the question.
Begs the question.
Tell me what question it begs.
Everybody here wants something, okay?
Okay, stop. You said, no. So question. He says, everybody here wants something. And you know what? You're here because he's trying to teach you not to want nothing.
Okay.
That's the point. I've said this in many classes. People come here because they want to serve the Most High, and they want a rib, and they want a car, and they want money, and they want blessings, and they want and
a new house, and a new car, and a new whip, and another whip.
So it's all those things. God! I want people to lick my boot on camera so I can ego boost it. I can pin something to get respect for it.
Right.
We don't want a lot of that. But then it was the Most High do. I have to develop this person.
There you go, develop.
And how the Most High develops you is by removing these other things that you want out the deal so your service can be pure.
Yeah.
Because our service is polluted.
Right. Okay.
All of us, like you said, everybody that wants something out the deal is giving a polluted, spotted offering.
Yeah. Okay.
And the Most High showed us from the beginning we were supposed to give a spotless sacrifice. What did he teach us? I want this lamb to have no spots, no diseases, no blemishes. So what he was trying to train us in the flesh was symbolic of what we were supposed to produce in the spirit. Sacrifices towards the Lord and to our people that had no blemish. So everybody's here wanting something for themselves and for the Lord, and he's working on removing all the blemishes in our motivation. And until we remove those blemishes in our motivation, you truly won't be acknowledged by the Lord. Now, what ends up happening when he doesn't acknowledge what we bring to him, either he's going to keep those blessings, he's going to keep us being unfulfilled until we figure out that we're supposed to give with the purest intentions, or we leave because I really didn't get what I wanted. Didn't Christ say that the riches of the word choke the word out? The riches of the world chokes the world out? I'm sorry. The riches of the world chokes the word. What does that mean? The desire to get something out the deal chokes out the pureness of the message, the pureness of the counsel, the pureness of why we do what we do for the Lord. What we want out the deal chokes the motivation as to why we do what we do in the first place. We all come in here with different motivations. He keeps purging the filthy, destructive motivations with the intention that our motivation is purely white. And either we're going to sit back here and embrace that, or we're going to leave because doing the word and serving the Lord just to please the Lord, we don't get off to that. And that's why people leave. Now, they don't say that, but that's what it is. You can blame a person. You can blame the mall hours. You can blame the work hours with the moves. You can blame delivery hours.
The captains.
You can blame the mean captains, the meanies. You can blame all these people. But what is it? For what I'm giving out to the Lord, I'm not what? Getting in return. it don't get no deeper than that. Abraham, you had a statement, a question? Make it quick.
What I'm trying to say is, one, like you said, obedience is better than sacrifice.
Yes. Yes. It's correct.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so this what you were saying, was the Most High.
I'm gonna say the scripture says that. Like, you know why I'm saying that? Because this ain't the book of Eli. I get the book of war. I'm trying to drop some information out.
So the Most High is starving your wants, so you can start depending on what you really need for the spirit.
No, I'm gonna say this. No, I'm gonna make it simple. He is trying to purge out our ulterior motives in what we do for the Most High, because we give and we want at the same damn time. Let's just be honest. That's the truth. We do good works, and we want something out the deal too.
There's subliminal reasons.
How about that? Didn't the Most High do the same thing to David?
Yep. Start.
You know, the Most High said, David was such a good servant as a young man. I'm going to bring him on the run for 10 more years after he proved to me that he was a good guy. Think about that. Think about that. The Most High said, David, you got such a good spirit on you, and you've shown me that you're such a good servant, that I'm going to have you on the run for 10 years after you were chosen to be king.
It's like it.
Because I know you're going to be such a great leader. I'm going to sit back here and really purge your intentions after I chose you to lead my people.
Amen.
So everything you do, I want to see while you're out here in these caves, hungry, no rib, burning, not getting nothing out to do. I'm going to sit back and make you wait longer, just to make sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that your intentions are pure, like I know they are. Though that's what he does to the people that he loves. Think about it. Listen, David had already shown before he was made king that he had what it took to be the king. Because if not, why was he chosen by the Most High? Why did Most High have Samuel go there and choose him to be king? If he hadn't already shown he had what it took. So if he already proven that he had what it took, why did the Most High have him on the run for an additional 10 years? Why does the Most High bring us here in the truth to get developed and then stretch out our suffering even longer?
This situation was kind of like a Job situation.
Well, no. This is how he develops us.
Okay.
Because while you're in that damn cave, you got to ask yourself, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to be the king?
I'm on the run.
Does the king even matter? And you know what? I got to sit back here and really think about my people. When you're suffering, when you ain't got nothing, that keeps you humble. So he's gonna make him more humble and make him earn the position he was already chosen for and had already earned already. So once again, the Most High completely took away everything that had to do with David's ego before he got to the kingdom. Because he knew, if I'm going to make anybody great, to make somebody great, that's what you got to do. The ego has to be removed.
You can't enter the kingdom.
So people can do I did a good thing. But did you do a good thing to get ego, to get recognition out of the deal too? If you did, it wasn't good. It wasn't a pure sacrifice. It was a selfish sacrifice. So that is why the Most High says when you give offerings to God, it has to be egoless, without pride. Because if it's not a pure offering, is the offering going to be accepted? There you go. Because you're bringing your ego in the midst of the giving.
And Christ says you have your reward.
And that's the point. You got the reward you got was, you did a good job.
Yeah, pat it back.
And but so that means you got recognition from the world, but not with God.
Yep.
The Most High didn't accept it, but you got that carnal. Yeah, good job, and that's all you got. Because that's all. That was what that sacrifice earned in the spirit. Was a carnal thought, which was what? Empty. Okay. What's that?
No,
No, we're good on that verse. Let's let all that go and go to Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 3.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 3.
Let me get there. Yeah, read that.
Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
which have wrought his judgment.
He says, the meek of the earth has wrought the Most High's judgment. What does that mean? The meek understand judgment. The only way you can truly judge your people properly is if you have meekness. You can't lead and counsel your people if you're not satisfied with what the Lord has given you already. You're not in a position to give counsel, advice, direction, solutions. You can't properly look at a situation clearly if you're not meek. You can't lead your people if you're not meek. Because if you're not meek, that means you aren't satisfied with your condition. You aren't satisfied with how the Most High works with you, how the Most High develops you, how the Most High corrects you. And if you're not satisfied with how the Most High corrects you and develops you, what gives you the right to teach people and to show them how the Most High is developing them? What it shows is that you're not going to have the clarity of mind and the clarity of counsel to properly develop somebody. Because when you're counseling people, you're going to interject too much of your ego and what you want out the deal in development. This is why there's a scripture in Ecclesiastes that says, know what your counselor needs.
Know what need he has.
What need he has before you counsel with him. Because most counselors are ego-based. Most counselors want something out the deal. Most counselors aren't meek.
Is that question pertaining to the person getting the counsel?
Yes.
To beware of a counselor.
Because you got to beware that does this counselor want something out the deal? Because if he wants something out there, he's going to steer you his direction to what he wants.
For reward.
This is why a counselor that is connected to Christ has to be satisfied with what he already has.
Yeah.
Why do you think so many men want to counsel women? I'm the counselor. I will counsel you and help your spirit out.
Pretty easy.
Oh, yeah. Maybe because you want something out the deal. It's very simple. Why do you think so much adultery ends up happening?
Yeah.
You know this conversation got too far, and you keep feeding it because you want to manipulate and use your power to your advantage. I'm just here to help the sister out.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, how come you don't help brothers out like that?
Never.
Yeah, I mean, brothers, I'm going to counsel this sister at night. Why are you counseling a sister at night that you just met? Why don't you bring her to class? You see that?
Yeah.
I don't bring him to class. Listen, if this sister needs Christ, why don't you send her to the schoolhouse?
Let her get Christ.
Listen, if we're about God, then bring him to the school. I'm going to meet a sister out here. She has all these problems out.
Well, you got it.
Well, you can. Did the brother sit back here be on the phone? Shalom, how you doing, brother? I know it's 11 o'clock tonight. What's going on with your spirit?
Sure.
Is that what we do to brothers? Well, let me know yours. I want to know your story. I want to know your story. Why you want to know their story?
You've been through a lot.
Why do you know about all the things they went through? Because you want something out the deal.
I'm just here for your spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm going to send you a scripture.
I just care so much.
I'm going to text you a scripture.
Yeah.
Hit me back when you get a chance.
Yeah, I'm going to nurture this conversation. How come you don't nurture brothers' conversation?
You don't have it.
New brothers.
It never happens.
That's how you know your intentions are impure. Didn't the Most High say the flock of the Most High's pasture are men? How come men keep getting running on the women who need Christ?
Looking for them.
Because the flock of their pasture is women.
It's women. The flock of carnal men's pasture is men. Women, exactly. And there is the beginning of the rib camp.
Oh, yeah.
That's where rib camps come in.
Yeah.
Because it's about me coming up How come you're not teaching young brothers to live right? How come we're not teaching young brothers to live right? And put on extra time and counseling and this brother's caught hell in his life. I never hear that. This new brother needs spirit. Why come you don't hear that? Because you ain't getting nothing out the deal that way.
I don't know his last name. What's the brother's name?
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
Hey, you know what you do? Then you get professional. He got to come to class, bro. 7:30 to 10:30. That's when you get the Bible.
You owe.
How come you don't tell sisters that? Listen, if you want to get to know me, you come to class. And you know how about? It's not about getting to know me at all. Just come to class. And if this ends up working out, cool.
Another boy might get her, huh?
There you go. There you go.
That's a spirit, brother.
That's what it is. Because you want something out the deal, and the message isn't pure. And the Most High sees it, and brothers want to front like nobody else sees it. We see it. We definitely see it. And when we think that thinking it deserves a reward, it ain't. Because our intentions aren't pure.
We're like bankers. Those guys say, "Oh, I got a loan for you."
Yeah.
Oh, really?
This is a great investment for you.
Thank you.
This is a great investment for you.
Have you seen some of our products? Yeah. We have some good banking products here for you.
Or let me sit back here and show you good ways you can turn your money and invest your money and make more money.
Yeah.
Listen. We don't make money unless you get money.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Why are you smiling in my face?
You want money
unless you're getting some money at the deal.
Yeah. Sign for me.
You're gonna get some commissions out of this deal.
Yeah.
So is it about your love? You just want to help me out? You just care? No, it's not. And this is the Most High knows this about
We're in the
us.
people business.
Yeah. We're in the business of making money from people. And the Most High sees this in us, and he starts to strip that away from us. And as he's stripping our ego and our false motivations out of the way, then we become upset and mad that our poor motivations are being exposed. And then he starts sitting back here and drying out that ego boost, drying out that financial reward, drying out the acknowledgement. And then he's like, well, what you do have here is to learn to love the Lord's laws and commandments and to learn to give to your people. That's what's still there. That's always there.
You get the Old Testament and the New Testament.
And then how well you study to give to people every day. That's what you get. And that's always there. How come that's not enough? Because we're not as good as we act like we are. We're not as good intentioned as we act like we are. And until we learn and choose to have a pure intention, we're going to continue to suffer. It doesn't get any deeper than that. And that is how, like in Zephaniah 2 and 3, you become a good to great judge. You can judge when you remove your ego. Now I can listen. Now I can truly understand where a person is coming from. Now you can truly see through a person and give them what they need. Because you've killed that ego in you.
It's very close to the guys that do, what's that called? Is it called charity or philanthropy?
Yeah.
And they're like, you know what? We need to give to the babies in Africa.
Well, how about this? I got to say something about the philanthropy. What Esau calls philanthropy, what Esau really calls is not really philanthropy. It's called venture philanthropy. So what ends up happening is, it's not philanthropy because the business is in your name. The philanthropic LLC is in your name. And there's still profits that come from these philanthropic pursuits.
You're not just giving money.
That's why it's really properly called venture philanthropy. So you got Bill Gates and the Clintons. We're sitting back here doing these philanthropic missions in Africa and Haiti. They're really business deals and business they're setting up in these countries, getting money and kickback to listen. You're getting money from donors. You're taking that money from the donors and you're investing into businesses in these third world countries. So you're making profits that go through foundations that aren't taxable, that go to you.
And then you present, I've given to the Haitians.
Yes.
I've given to the children of Africa.
Yes. But what
I
you're
care.
doing, you've given, but you've gotten 50 times more than what you've given. It's a business. So what you've given out is just business costs and expenses. So is it really, it's a non-profit, but it's really for profit.
Right.
So is it philanthropy or is it venture capitalism?
Right.
That's what it is. And that's what I just want to bring out because it hit
I'm
me.
glad
I
you
heard that it's venture it's venture philanthropic pursuits.
If you buy these shoes from a guy named Tom, just know
It
that
sounds good.
one shoe goes to
$4 go to the little Africans with no water.
Yeah.
The question is how much profit did you get? And then the question is this: did that $3 or $4 that you gave out, did you use that to cut down how much you have to pay in capital gains at the end of the year anyway?
Yes.
Because that's part of the.
Because that's a business expense. Capital gains is an expense. So if I'm giving those capital gains away, I'm not really getting taxed on that. Then if I'm giving it out there, then there's a kickback. I'm getting money and finances from giving those resources to these little African children in Africa. There's something I'm getting back in return. Venture, philanthropic pursuits. So it's not given. And that's how the Most High
Not Christ.
can show
Yeah.
we are quote unquote venture philanthropic teachers. I'm teaching my rib. I'm teaching her. I'm teaching these multiple ribs so I can get out of the deal. Why do brothers get multiple ribs? Ego, extra money, extra help, pride, the physical gratification out of it.
Right.
Let's just be honest. Why do brothers sit back here and try to teach? Brothers don't teach just to teach. Brothers teach because they get respect. Their ego gets boosted up. That's why people teach. That's why people sit back here and do all this stuff for God. Because if it was really about serving the Most High, I wouldn't get nothing out of the deal. Why would I wouldn't be getting money out of it? I wouldn't be getting rewards out of it. If it was pure.
Look, councils are half.
And this is why.
Councils are.
When you're
500.
This is why your intentions, when they're impure, the Spirit only deals with you on a limited basis.
No, okay.
Because it can't really work with you into a malicious spirit. Wisdom cannot enter into a malicious spirit or a spirit subject to sin. Or to be specific, a spirit that is subject to have negative intentions behind the good work that I do. Just is what it is. Read Zephaniah 2 and 3 again.
Come on. Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment.
Listen, the meek understand what judgment looks like. If you're not meek, if you're not able to be satisfied with your conditions, just know how you look at spiritual things is tainted. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if I'm not satisfied with what the Lord has given me, if I can't see the purity in my life, I am not going to be able to sit back here and properly assess other people's lives. I'm not going to properly assess my life.
Yeah.
I can't properly judge what's going on in my life, and I can't properly judge what everybody else is going through in their life because I can't properly see the Most High in a good enough light to have a clear vision towards other people's lives. Read on.
God. It says, seek righteousness, seek meekness.
He says you have to seek righteousness, meaning
But what
doing things
righteousness?
the right way. The Lord's righteousness.
See, people say, listen, when they hear righteousness, the ears get real, get stirred up. Hey, righteousness means this list of things I think is good for me.
Just broke his hands, guys. Me
It's
included.
like
It's me included.
I'm gonna hand my pocket out from now. Top figure.
It's hard to teach passionately when you have your hands in your pocket. You got to sit on your hands like this. Anyway, keep going on.
No, but when people hear teach righteousness, they inject what's right for them.
Yeah. So
but
he
it's
says,
not the Lord's righteousness.
and you know how you know it's right for the Lord. He says, seek righteousness and seek meekness. That means you have to seek to be free from ego.
Yeah.
So that means I got to do righteousness without ego.
Yeah. That's killer.
Listen, come
Seek
on,
to be
man.
meek.
You have to seek righteousness in doing works that take away all your ego. Everything you want to do, take it out. Then you can be righteous.
Wow.
And that's what Israel stumbles on all the time. Because Israel is always about them. some kind of recognition, some kind of respect, some kind of worldly esteem mixed with good works, and thinking they're doing God's work. It's not righteousness if you got ego in it. It's not righteousness if there's ego in it. It's a tainted sacrifice. It's still a sacrifice.
It's a stepped on product.
It's still a sacrifice, but it's a tainted sacrifice. It's impure. Most High says in Judges 5:11, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. Why are we rehearsing the righteous acts? Because the acts really aren't righteous. That's the point.
That's why.
We're rehearsing the righteous acts because the acts really aren't righteous.
So I'm giving the Most High GMO.
They're stepped on righteousness. It's stepped on righteousness.
They're stepped on righteousness.
It's GMO righteousness.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Selfishly
It is,
modified. It's not organic righteousness. It's not organic corn.
It's not.
Here, Lord.
What's that bread at Walmart that's Bill Gates' fruit sack? What's that fruit called? That it's a plier. What is it?
A peel?
Yeah, it's a peel. It's like a peel righteousness. That's the name of the company. It's APEEL. If you see a stamp that says appeal,
don't eat that.
That's Bill Gates. That's Bill Gates.
Oh, I'm not eating that, bro.
Just know. But we're sitting back here giving appeal sacrifices out. It's stepped on impure sacrifices out. Because our sacrifices and righteousness is full of our ego. Just know that.
That's like giving the Most High some water, and it got that limestone in it.
Yeah.
And he's like
it's like San Antonio water. You go to the tap water and use San Antonio water.
That tap water. Give him that. Here's some tap water, y'all.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like, here's some tap water, Lord.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
and this is why we have a lifetime.
Yeah.
We have a lifetime to work on.
Yeah.
Learning how to apply righteousness at a pure level.
Yeah, that makes sense.
At a more higher level, egoless level.
Yeah.
That's what we're working on while we're doing the work. That's what the Most High is trying to extract out of us.
That's what the work does.
This is why the Most High says He is a consuming fire.
Yeah.
Because the closer you get to Him, now the sacrifice has to be pure. Pure in intention.
Yeah.
To be pure in intention, it means the ego has to keep dying day by day. What you want out the deal has to keep being eliminated. And the only way you can eliminate that ego is when you're around people that you got to give to, or you get nothing back. How can you operate on an egoless basis when you're only serving the Most High, following the law for you? How? When you're the only one benefiting with the work you do. That's the very beginning. Then when you learn how to follow the law for yourself, are you going to commit it and lose every day for other people? That's how you learn to be egoless. That's why Paul said charity is what? Edifies. Knowledge puffs up. Knowledge keeps telling you that you're doing something special.
And level up in the spirit.
But charity is what breaks the ego, breaks the pride. Charity breaks the pride. Dedicating to one another breaks your pride. So we need to be focusing on how well we give, how charitable we are. Charitable with our time, with our energy, with our mind,
with our perspective.
With our perspective. That's how you get closer to the Father and learn how to please Him and end up becoming a better judge for your people. Read verse 3 again.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought His judgment. Seek righteousness. Seek meekness.
So seek righteousness without ego. Read on.
It may be, ye shall be hid in the day of the Most High's anger.
He said, listen, if you pursue a life of righteousness by eliminating your ego, now you got a chance of not dying at the end. You have a chance. Because you might sit back here, live righteous, eliminate your ego, and be martyred. Now, that's the greatest thing you could do for the Lord, is to be righteous, eliminate the ego, and be martyred. So you're going to get martyred, or if you pursue this, you might avoid the destruction at the end. That verse tells you how to get to the kingdom. It literally tells you how to get to the kingdom. Live right, eliminate the ego, and you got a chance. Okay. Go to 2 Corinthians 10 and 8. Yeah. No, not yeah. No, yeah. Just put a comma in 8 because I might need to go back to that verse too. The comma. Okay. 2 Corinthians 10, verse 8.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 8.
Let me get there verse. I'm sorry. Being crazy again.
I'm a person right.
2 Corinthians 10 and 8. Let's read that.
Come, 2 Corinthians 10 and 8. For though I should boast somewhat more of our authority.
Listen. What is Paul saying? He said, normally, a person in my position would boast about my authority.
Yeah.
My position.
7
And how working with you, y'all need to sit back here and respect my position and authority. He says most people would do that. I should be checking people and force them to respect me because of my position and authority in serving Christ. That's what most people take the position of. Lock into me. Why are you disrespecting me? Why don't you appreciate the good I do for you? Read on.
Which the Lord hath given us for edification, and not for your destruction.
Think about this. Think about what Paul said. He said, I might have the freedom to flex and to take a position about my authority and come off like people should be locking into me and just locking in and serving and obeying because of my position and rank. That's what people do. But Paul said the Most High has given us authority in our household, given us authority with the brotherhood, given us authority with the people around us for this intention. Read on.
The Lord hath given us for edification.
So he's given our authority for edification. He gave us the rank that we have so we can edify. What does edify mean?
To build up.
Thank you. He said he gave us this position just to build people up, not to sit back here and push like we're on a level, or to overreact when people don't respect me, or respect the position, or respect the authority. Israel too many times makes it about the authority and the position, and not about my job is to edify. He gave me rank, so I have a platform to teach. That's the most egoless position you could take. He gives us position so we can give and build people up. Not extract respect. Definitely not money. But I'm not even supposed to extract respect from me. I have the position so I can build people up and edify other people. That's as far as it goes. You see how Paul's message destroys the ego and destroys anything else that might make us feel good about the job?
And this is why
the authority. He says it's not about your authority. Use your authority as a platform solely to build, solely to help.
This is why people reject. There's certain people that teach, and they say we reject Paul's writings. They literally say that. They say, you're following somebody who's really out of the spirit. You can pick and choose what's right, what's wrong in the Bible. You might as well be the Pope.
Yep.
You might as well be the Pope and tell people, don't read this, you can read that. Don't believe this, you can read that. This is true, this is not true. I have the authority. I'm God on earth technically, and I have the authority to tell you what's right, what's wrong in the Bible. You can't tell people not to read the works of Paul in the scriptures.
Yeah.
And all Paul did was Paul had an advanced understanding of the Old Testament.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. And Christ's example, because he was taught by Ananias about Christ. So what's the point? We're still dealing with the same scenario.
Yeah.
Read verse 8 again.
Come. For though I should boast somewhat more of our authority, which the Lord hath given us for edification, and not for your destruction, I should not be ashamed.
So once again, he said, listen, I'm not supposed to take my authority and use it as leverage for respect and ego. My authority is only so that I can build people up. Read on.
Verse 9.
No, and not for your destruction. So what is he saying? When we boast our authority, when we boast our position, I am really destroying my people. When we want to boast our authority and boast our rank and flex on our rank and push our authority over the message, that's destructive. We make it about the fact that I'm your ranking person and I want to throw that in your face. I am putting destructive principles into my students. Because if that's what I'm pushing, what am I teaching them? To make it about kissing the tail of the ranking God and not about righteousness' sake. This is how Paul is instructing us how to carry ourselves as men and sisters of authority. You have the authority. You might have the power to sit back and use it. Don't use your authority for you. Use it to teach. And not to use your authority to weaken people and destroy people's relationship with the Most High. Read on.
Con says, and not for your destruction, I should not be ashamed.
He says, it's a shame to sit back here and push your authority and weaken men and diminish the message that Israel is supposed to follow in Christ. What's that thing?
That's good. I gotta do it.
Killing me, man. Let it go. Just let it go. We're going to deal with this later.
Yeah.
You can't put it back up?
Well, that's what I'm trying to reset it.
You got to put it down, yeah. Oh, it's not. Now it's locked in over there.
I can reset it.
No, because it's going to be even more whack. No.
It's all good.
We only got a few minutes anyway.
It's not about gleaning any kind of glory. No glory gleaning.
Con. Let's do one more verse. Luke chapter 22.
No glory gleaning whatsoever.
That's the point. I hope people take these angles. Take these angles. Steal them. Take them. Teach class about this. You know, Israel wants to take knowledge breakdowns. Huh? They want to take knowledge breakdowns, history breakdowns. I have a new breakdown on this. Take this new breakdown. Write this down and teach it.
Nah.
I mean, people ain't gonna like this one. This is what people need to hold on to. Luke 22, verse 25 through 30.
Come. Luke chapter 22, verse 25 reads, and he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them.
He says that in the world, it's about position, power, rank, respect, attention, ego, the ego being fed. The world is about lordship and the ego being nurtured. Read on.
And they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors.
He says the people that exercise authority are called benefactors. What does a benefactor mean? You're getting something out the deal.
Yeah.
You're getting something out the deal. That's a benefactor.
Yeah.
So he says the person that's on top gets a benefit from being on top. That's what the world teaches. Think about this. A person on top in the world benefits from being on top. Benefits from the position of leadership.
That's the purpose of that position.
That's what you work for. So you can benefit from the position that you work for. Read on.
Verse 26. But ye shall not be so.
He says, but if you're going to serve Christ, that's not what you're supposed to be built on.
Yeah.
The benefit. If you're going to follow Christ, you have to kill those aspirations to benefit out of the deal. Read on.
But he that is greatest among you,
the greatest among you in Christ. Read on.
Let him be as the younger.
Okay, what does it mean? The greatest that you're going to be in Christ has to be like the most vulnerable person in the room. The most weakest person in the room. That's the greatest. So you're the greatest because you have the power and the authority to use it, and you never do. That's what makes you great. They have the power and influence to motivate things to get what you want. But you choose not to move things the way you want and manipulate things the way you want. You choose to be like the younger. Because what does the younger got to do? You better have some faith.
Within the right way.
You better wait. Younger has to wait. Younger has to follow. Younger has to trust. He says the greatest in Christ has to still be in that position of waiting and trusting and hoping the Most High comes through for him. And not manufacturing and manipulating things to go your direction. Most High knows how to go at the core of who we are. Because the core of who we are is about getting and posturing and manipulating things to go our way. And when you get higher ranking in a position, you can manipulate things easier because you have more opportunities to manipulate things your way.
More leverage.
And that's why the Most High, should give you understanding as to what the Most High keeps beating that out of you as you are ascending up in rank. Because he's letting you know, I don't want you to operate in this space. I'm not going to accept this out of you. Gaining and getting advantage. Be like the younger that has to wait and serve for the Most High to bless. Read on.
Let him be.
Pure. That's pure.
Yep.
Let him be as the younger, and he that is chief as he that doeth serve.
That's the point. The chief, the one with the most authority, has to always stay in the position to serve. Listen, and if the person that's the chief has to serve, what does that mean about our life serving Christ? We're always supposed to be serving. And it's never about us. It's never about what we want out the deal. It's never about the ego. And when you learn that, that's how you can find joy serving the Lord. There's no other way. Read on.
Verse 27. For whither is greater?
It says, which is greater? Read on.
He that sitteth at meat, or he that serveth?
He says, who's the greater person? The one that's being served, or the person that has to serve? Read on.
Is not he that sitteth at meat?
The person that sits at meat is the person that is the one that is the most respected and the most powerful and the greater. The person that is being served is the greatest in the world, how the world operates. Right? Read on.
But I am among you as he that serveth.
He says, but I'm serving. He says, the greatest are the ones who get served. He says, but I'm the greatest person on earth and I'm serving you. The greatest has to be the one with the least ego. Least pride. He gets riled up. It takes him the longest to get riled up. Angry, frustrated, vexed. The greatest in Christ is the one who gets last. This is Christ's words, not mine. So now you understand why Paul was teaching what he was teaching. Because he was following Christ's example. The greatest doesn't get nothing out the deal. But the knowledge that the people were taken care of. That's what brings happiness to a person's heart. Read on.
Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptation.
And he says, the ones that serve me, y'all the ones who continue with me in my temptation. Think about this. If this is what Christ is explaining, what is the temptation that Christ is explaining? If Christ is saying the greatest amongst you is the one that doesn't sit at the meat, the greatest amongst you has to be the one that serves, then what's the temptation in life?
To be above.
To get something out the deal. The real temptation that we all face is that itch to get on top.
That's what Satan.
Think about this.
Presented to Christ.
God. That's what Satan. That's what Satan after 40 days before that's not eating. You know, I'm gonna give you all the power in the world. You can run all of it. But Christ's core value was not about getting anything out the deal. So what's the temptation? In life, is to come up and get recognition, reward, respect, love, gaining out the deal. That's the temptation we all fight. Because the ones that learn how to serve will continue in me in my temptations. The fight to keep destroying the ego, destroying what you want out the deal. And with that, we're going to shut it down. Israel at the water for tuning in. I will see you guys another day. On Wednesday, Shabbat Shalom got it. The water, Shalom, y'all.
Shalom.